Good morning, church family. My name is Lydia Graham. Today is Veterans Day. Veterans Day is an official United States public holiday observed annually on November 11th that honors military veterans. This morning, I am here with our Pastor Emeritus, Reverend Woodrow M. Brown, Jr., one of our veterans, to discuss his military experience. Good afternoon, Reverend Brown.
Hi, how you doing?
I'm good.
Good.
What military branch were you in?
U.S. Army.
U.S. Army. When did you join?
Was that born?
When did you join? When did you join?
I was drafted.
You were drafted?
Drafted.
Mm-hmm.
The letter came, greetings, they say, on December the 23rd, 1965. I received the letter drafting me. I reported to Richmond, to the Army post, on December the 27th, 1965.
How long were you on active duty?
2 years, because I got a little early out because of my physical condition and because of going back to school.
Right.
Yeah.
Was the U.S. involved in a military conflict at the time that you joined?
Vietnam conflict.
Vietnam conflict?
Yes.
How did you feel about being in the military during the conflict?
Okay. First of all, I was glad to be a part of the 1st Infantry Division. That's what I was assigned to, the big red one. This unit here. And also proud that I was assigned to 2nd of the 28th, the Black Lions. That's our banner over there in that picture. Because of that assignment and then some extra training that I knew I was going through, I felt everything was okay in the beginning. In the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Right.
I was proud of being there in the beginning.
Right. Were you injured during your military time? Were you injured during your military time?
Injured?
Injured.
Yeah. I went through a great deal of firefights, conflicts. I arrived in Vietnam in June '66, and when I was there, after 3 days, I went to my first combat. And each week we were in some form of conflict with the Viet Cong. And one other thing, I was air mobile. We went into combat in choppers, gunships, and there was a great deal of rocket firing and shooting and a great deal of conflict. And the ironic thing is, when I first was assigned to a unit in my branch, I was a mortar. I was put in a mortar platoon.
Wow.
A mortar platoon is where they have mortar rounds, 81 millimeter mortar rounds that they shoot. That's where I was assigned to, that unit. I worked up from ammo barrel to gunner. And the gunner is the one who fires the gun, the mortar. Okay. They do a great deal of help for our men out in the front. They're about the round is about the size of a pineapple, and it goes off and shrapnel goes everywhere. Now, I brought that up because it's ironic that I was wounded with that by the Viet Cong on November the 5th, November the 3rd. We invaded we invaded the borderline between Cambodia and Vietnam. And we went there because there was a convoy coming through with a great deal of opium, marijuana, and cocaine, and poppy seeds for the VC in the north. They go through the Golden Triangle and going from Thailand to Cambodia to South Vietnam and to North Vietnam. Our job was to stop them. And in the process of stopping them, we got a great deal of conflict. We fought for 3 days, night and day, shooting, firing gunships, shooting and getting shot down, our gunships. And napalm dropping everywhere. I mean, my buddy got killed and fell over in my arms, and I snapped. Best way to put it, I snapped. And I rushed the machine gun nest that hit him. And I shot the machine gun nest and blew that up. But turning back, when I turned to leave, a mortar hit about in the other room in there. But a 81 millimeter mortar hit me, and that curve blew, the force of it came all the way over on me and picked me up, threw me up against a little bush and down on the ground. I'm laying there on the ground trying to come around. I look down, all my intestines are hanging out. I don't have no rifle anymore, and I see that over there, and I'm trying to reach for that, and I can't, and I'm hurting, and blood is everywhere, and I'm just shaking. And I called for the medic, and he came over, and the first thing I said, hand me my rifle. And he gave me my rifle back, my AR-16. Anyway, and he patched me up, pushed my intestines back in, and pushed a big band-aid around here. And then he looked down here at my chest. He said, you got a suction wound. And a piece of metal from the mortar had hit me right here on the heart. And at that point, that's the last thing I remember. I looked up and asked God to forgive me of all my sins and the sins of all the killing I had done in Vietnam. Please forgive me and not let my death be too hard on my parents. And when I said that, a peace just came over me. I mean, there's all hell around me, shooting, explosions, napalm, and I'm sitting there on the ground in perfect peace. And the next thing I remember, I wake up, hearing my voice call, Woodrow, Woodrow. And I open my eyes, and I'm in, I can't see, it's pitch black. And I push, I can't get out, I'm in a body bag. I had been pronounced dead, I found out later. I had been pronounced dead for 2 days, and I was in a body bag for 2.5 days. And the name Woodrow was being called, and I kept looking up and said, look up, look up. And that's just beautiful life, the most beautiful part of life.
You can do it.
God told me. God called. I said God, the calling. When God calls your name, you know it's Him or not. It's something within us, our soul, automatically understands God's voice. And it told me to look up and go back and tell my people. Told me it wasn't my time to come into the kingdom. but to tell my people what I've seen and heard. After that, I felt the bag being shaken, and one of my friends saw me moving in the bag and opened it and got me out and put me on a chopper and flew me into the base hospital to be worked on. And that was the death truck that had come around to pick up all dead bodies. And when he picked me up, he started shaking. He got me out, and I got to the hospital. They got all the blood off me and did the best they could with the wounds, and sent me over to the bigger hospital on the base, and they cauterized this wound and patched me up in my intestines pretty fast. But the doctor told me they had to send me away because he could not operate on me there. The shrapnel that's in here with my Purple Heart is too close to your heart, and that's what was laying on my heart, this piece of metal. And these pieces of metal were all in me. This was the biggest piece the doctor took out the man right here. And I laid in 106 General Hospital in Yokohama, Japan for 15 months. Took 15 months for me to recover. And before going there, let me say, General, when I got my Purple Heart, the general over the entire Vietnam conflict, General Westmoreland, gave me mine. He presented me with my Purple Heart in the hospital before I left and told me he was going to put me on a plane to Japan right away and thanked me for what we had just went through. And we lost a good deal of men. But I don't know if y'all want to hear this or not, but we killed 1,400 BC in 3 days of fighting. And they dug a hole and put the bodies in and covered them up. But the big dirt diggers came in, but the Chinooks dropped them. Anyway, I won't say no more about that.
All right, Pastor. My final question to you is, if you will leave any message to our congregation, what would it be?
And basically referring to the military, I just like to say, I was proud to serve my country. No problem there. I thought I was doing the right thing, and at one point I still believe I did the right thing, and at another point I'm not quite sure. When I got back home and found out a whole lot of things, and I knew a whole lot anyway from being in Vietnam, and like I said, some of the things I can't discuss kind of changed my thoughts. But all in all, I'm proud to serve my country and continue to serve it if I can. And I worship Dr. V.A. in Hampton. He done a message. If they could do better in their service to veterans, to disabled veterans, wounded in combat, with 100% disability, would be a great joy.
Okay.
But all in all, you deal with it one day at a time. And I'm just glad for God's blessing, because God watched over me through the whole conflict, all of Vietnam, and brought me back to life for a particular purpose. And that purpose I hope I fulfill for Him in the ministry for those 30 years I pastored and preached the gospel of Jesus Christ, my Lord and Savior.